Hello, welcome back. Today I'd like to show two new functionalities implemented in Sparrow. First one is instruction processing and second is field validation. So instruction processing is useful when you have a query which is not standard query to extract data, but it's more like a business logic query. For example, you want to check if certain entity is the one who submitted the invoice, or maybe is the one who received the invoice, and then you pass the name of the entity and the question, and as a result you'll get true or false. So this is instruction processing. Another functionality is field validation. You may have requirement when you want to pass a list of fields and check if all those fields are actually present in the document or not. And then in result you would get list of fields with true, false values assigned. So true, it means the field exists. False, this means field doesn't exist. So let's see how this works with the example. So first, let's say that we'll execute instruction. As we can see over here, check if business entity Chapman, Kim and Green is invoice issuing party. And we can see this is the sample document, and seller is Chapman, Kim and Green. And obviously the seller is the one who's sending the invoice, so it's issuing party. Let's see what we'll get back in the result. Using Mistral small local vision model for this exercise, and I'm using MLX in Sparrow as a backend to run Vision LLM model on device. Okay, so this is the prompt that is sent to Vision LLM, check if business entity and so on. Entire instruction is passed here, and we specify that response must be short and with values to answer the question only. Okay, so here we got the answer that yes, seller name Chapman, Kim and Green, and this is the invoice issuing party. So instruction is useful when you don't want to extract the data directly, but you want to do some logic, you want to execute some task based on document and do some checks and maybe do some verification and more advanced validation steps. Okay, now let's see for the field validation. So for the field validation, we pass the query, we specify tax ID, shipment code, total gross worth, and using Sparrow parse pipeline here. And we pass flag that this is the validation request. By the way, in previous one, when we were executing instruction, the same Sparrow parse pipeline was used, but the flag instruction was sent to indicate that this is the instruction processing request. Okay, so like in this case, tax ID is present in the document, total gross worth is present as well, but shipment code is not. This field is added by me, and it's not present anywhere in the document. So we should get in response we should get true, false, true, because shipment code is not in the document. So we ask backend Vision LM to validate if listed fields are actually present in the document, and also we say that we want to format the response. Let's see, format response with field name and Boolean value, and return response in JSON format. So yeah, this runs on my local Mac Mini M4 machine. Okay, we got back the answer, 38 seconds in this case, and we got true for tax ID, false for shipment code because this field is not present, and true for total gross worth because this field is present in the bottom in the summary table. Okay, so this works fine, and this is new functionality, like I mentioned, instruction processing with instruction flag, validation, field validation with validation flag, but beside this, obviously, regular structured data extraction task also works. This is what was Sparrow built for, and we can, when we don't pass any additional flag, but we're using the same pipeline, Sparrow parse, we pass the query in a JSON format where we specify that we want to get array of instrument names and valuations. So in this case, we mean like in this bonds table specifically that will go through the tabular data and will extract list of instruments. This is instrument name and list of valuations, integers, and the type is also specified here. For valuation, we specify it to be integer, and for instrument name, it is string. Okay, now this request is completed, and we get back the answer here. So we get list with instrument names and valuations, like it is in the document itself. Okay, and in terms of the code implementation, we can see that under Sparrow parse pipeline implementation, there's a process query method, and this process query method is invoked from run pipeline method, and this is the one of the first things that are executed, and this method checks if flags like instruction or validation are present, and then based on that it constructs the query which will be basically sent for the processing. So if it's like in this case, if we query all data, then this option also to calculate page types is a separate functionality to classify each page to which type it belongs, or another option if we pass instruction and validation, then we either construct the query with certain prompt which is suitable for instruction processing or validation processing. If you don't pass any instructions, then we just execute by default. This means we would like to execute by default structured data processing and to return structured data in JSON format. Right, and yeah, so thanks for watching, and hopefully this was useful. And just to give light on what I'm working now, I'm working on adding Ollama support also to Sparrow, because I was asked for this many times, because people want to run Sparrow not only on MLX platform, they want to run it on like Windows or Linux machines. So besides MLX backend support, there will be very soon Ollama backend support as well. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.